Marhaba. Right now we're going to talk about similarity in Arabic. That is, how to express similarities. In English, we often use the word like. We can say X is like Y. Oh, this cooking is just like my mother's. Or my brother is like my sister, but not like my dad. Things like that. In Arabic, we have a couple of different particles that we can use to express those ideas, and each of them requires sort of specific grammatical stipulations. So we're going to be focusing on 3 of them today. We've got mithla, ka, and kama. Mithla is a word that you probably have seen before. Technically, it is a noun, and we say that something is like whatever it is. Mithla is technically the first word in an idafa. So if I wanted to say, I want to study medicine like my mother, I could express it this way. أريد أن أدرس الطب مثل والدتي. So here I have with mithla followed by a noun, and technically, just so you know, we have an idafa here. Mithla can be followed by a noun or a pronoun. So if we were already talking about my mom and how much I admired her and wanted to be like her, and I could say instead, I want to study medicine like her. And to say like her instead of like my mother, I could instead express it as mithlha, where the ha refers back to hiya, my mother. Pretty simple. We have some flexibility. Ka is a little more rigid. Ka is a slightly more formal way to phrase it. We might hear mitla in colloquial speech. Levantine Arabic uses mitl, where the tha becomes a ta. But ka sounds a little more formal, written, refined. And ka must always be followed by an actual noun. We can't attach a pronoun to it. That's another wrinkle. Ka always attaches to what follows. So we could express this same idea using ka instead with والدتي. We could say أريد أن أدرس الطب كوالدتي. But what we couldn't do is say أريد أن أدرس الطب كها. Doesn't really work, doesn't quite follow the rule. Another place, another circumstance where we see ka a lot is when we are hearing examples or lists of examples. Think of the situations where you would use such as in English. So we could say, she lived in the Middle East for a long time and visited many countries like or such as Jordan and Lebanon and Egypt, such as, and then we have a list of countries. So we would phrase it like this. My example sentence was so long that I was trying to remember the English that I said as I was composing the Arabic, but I think I got it pretty right. سكنت في الشرق الأوسط لمدة طويلة وزارت بلادا كثيرة كالأردن ولبنان ومصر. So she lived there a long time and she visited a lot of countries such as or including or like Jordan and Lebanon and Egypt. That is a context where ka would be a very natural word to use in Arabic. Our final particle, our final word that I want to talk about is kama. And kama is a special particle that we use for introducing a new verbal sentence, a jumla fa'liya, as we call it in Arabic. To put it different, after kama we need a verbal sentence. We need a jumla fa'liya. We can't begin our next sentence or our next clause with a noun. If I wanted to say, for example, we will graduate next year, as you know, or like you know, I would phrase it this way in Arabic. We will graduate this year, as you know. سنتخرج هذه السنة كما تعرف. As you know. So here تعرف is a jumla فعلية, right? It's a complete verbal sentence. It happens to be a very short one, but you know is a complete sentence length idea, تعرف in Arabic. So it satisfies the requirements of kama. We can use any tense after kama. So if you've been following a certain Arabic textbook soap opera, we could also say in Fusha, for example, Khalid studied business like his father wanted. I guess it was business administration. إدارة الأعمال كما أراد والده. So here when we're saying as his father wanted or like his father wanted, we have كما followed by a jumla فعلية that starts with the فعل أراد. These rules tend to function about the same when we're dealing with colloquial Arabic. So if you're studying Egyptian or Levantine, in Levantine we would say مثل with a ta to express the idea of like, or zay in Egyptian, and the same operations are true. We could say zayyaha, zay ummi, or mitl ummi. It would work the same. And instead of kama, what would be most natural in the colloquial dialects would be to just tack ma onto the colloquial way to express like. So if we were saying in Levantine, like his father wanted, I could say مثل ما كان بده, as he wanted, or زي ما كان عاوز in Egyptian. But the principle remains the same. We kind of need that ma as the glue to introduce a verbal sentence. It's not negating here. It's just a clue that the next bit is going to be a verb. It needs to be a verb when we're expressing that idea of similarity.